Life is more than your fucking looks. Yeah. Do you think someone's attractive when they're funny?
Oh, 100%. They go from like a 3 to a 9.
How about intelligent?
3 to a 7.
How about just like athletic?
3 to a 8.
How about somebody who's good with kids or animals or other people and your friends?
Yeah. 3.
How about when someone's spontaneous?
Yeah. Wow, this person's nice.
This is your dream man. No, just kidding. And he's coming through that door right now.
Where is he? Show me. Show me the light.
Hi.
I get an audio message from I get an audio message from Syd today, and I was kind of like in a shitty mood, and the first thing that comes out from the audio message is hi. I was like, oh God.
It's my Karen hello. That's what I do whenever I'm like trying to be like a Karen. Hi, yeah, sorry to bug ya. I think you're actually your dog shit on the lawn. Yeah, you should probably pick that up.
It's slowly
neighborhood protocol.
It's slowly turning to your legally blonde voice.
Yeah, I know, it's so it totally is.
Oh God. Welcome back, God. You guys. Hello. We're happy you're here.
I'm pretty sure this is episode 41, which is pretty fucking insane if
40.
you think about it. No,
40.
It's 41.
No, it's 40 because this week is this one.
Oh, you're right.
Yes.
Oh, I was gonna. Well, even better that it's 40.
The reason why we're a little confused is because yesterday we filmed confused, aren't we always? Yesterday we filmed our Bud Light boat episode on Lake Minnetonka, which will be released now next Thursday. So you're listening to this week, but next week we'll have the boat episode up for all you guys to hear. It was an amazing day.
God,
we had 3 listeners come and share some moments. We had a whole crew there. Jordan, Syd's boyfriend, took us out on his boat.
Thanks, Jordan.
Dude, somehow we executed a podcast on a boat thanks to the back pocket dude. So
we had a crew on the boat. Like it was a whole production team on the boat. We've got a camera guy. We got a drone buzzing by. I thought it was a bug in my ear. You'll hear that next week. We're all like, was that a bee?
The fact that
like, what was that?
We couldn't stop, like, just be cool about it. All of a sudden the drone goes by. We're like, huh, what's that?
All of us have to twitch. What? Hey. My dad, our parents came. We had some other boats out there, but our parents came and they were freaking hilarious. Yeah, oh God, my dad floated by in a little like life vest. Yeah. What a little jokester.
Honestly, you'll hear all the tipsy drama next Thursday, so get excited.
I have to say, my straight candid moment though is I completely almost broke Kate's tooth. Like I literally whacked her so hard with my arm with the microphone. Katie. Oh yeah, I said Kate. Kate. Yeah, your name's
She's on
Kate
a first name basis. We call her Kate. So,
Kate,
you know.
But I literally like was doing this motion about her story, and I whacked her so hard in the microphone. You can hear it just zing her tooth. I thought for sure she was gonna leave the boat with literally a half a tooth.
I can't wait till I can't wait till we break down that video, and it's gonna be like a repeat arm motion of you elbowing her in the face. Poor Katie.
I'm not gonna lie. I was doing this specific motion that goes along with the story. I'm not even gonna say what it is, and I went for it. I hit her, like I ripped her.
Let's just say you were spiking it for sure.
Spiking it, dog.
Y'all, they shared some fun stories.
They did, but I have to say my other candid moment piece of this is just because I was like, I'm rolling right into it. I started today again just by going on a walk, and I have to say, you need to choose yourself the mornings, like every single mornings. In the mornings when you wake up, choose yourself first. Like no matter what's coming for you during that day, no matter what work BS you're gonna have to deal with, no matter what you have to plan for, choose yourself. The day starts off on such a better foot.
Babe, like that's so weird that you did that today because I skipped my workout and I went for a walk.
That's what I did. That's what I did.
It felt so good. We're on the same level today.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. Ooh. God,
feels good to be on the same
couch.
level, right?
Yeah, it does.
I know. I wanted to like crisscross today. I wanted to lean back. I wanted to throw this pillow on just make it comfy. But I feel that sometimes you got to skip the workout and just take a little podcast walk.
Just chill. I just wanted to relax. I brought my little coffee. There was a homeless. There was a homeless man who was pretending to be a part of the construction worker crew. You guys,
he just throws a hat on,
and the reason I'm laughing is because he was so nice and he was so happy. He had a construction jacket on and flip flops, and when I walked by the first time, he was like, "Oh yeah, coffee." And I was like, "Yeah," and I walked back again, and he looked at me and he goes, and he saw I was coming, and then he looked away and he goes, started doing fake hand motions, like pretending like he's signing to the construction crew, like telling them where to put the crane, and they're looking like, who the hell's different jackets, different vests, and he just like, and then he leans up against the window or the building across the street and he just like nods his head, yeah, puts his foot up on the wall. Like was straight up pretending to be a construction worker. I thought it was hilarious.
Fake it till you make it. Maybe they'll hire him.
I know. Maybe he
grabs a stick, just starts using it as a hammer.
He's applying or something. I don't know.
It. You know, yeah, people watching walks. I love it. I was going to have a straight candid moment. And as I'm sitting here, I'm like, I totally don't have one prepared.
That's fine.
But you know
what? Because that's candid.
I'm ravenously hungry all day, every day, the past 2 weeks.
Ravenously.
Is that the word?
No, I don't know. It's a big word. I like it.
I also just want to binge read my book. I want to lay in bed. I want to fall deeply in love. I want to be cuddled. I just want to just read and eat and lay down. Okay. That's my straight candid moment.
You know what? Sometimes it's important to slow down, and we're learning that on this podcast. You got to freaking slow down. Back to the freaking basics. If you're getting overwhelmed in all your clutter,
back to the
what
basics.
Needs to get done in order to be successful? Rewind it and then start slowly adding things in, or don't add shit in at all. Just fucking grind with what you need to get done, and I swear to you, you'll be better off.
And yeah, like transparently, you guys, we always keep you updated with like what's going on with the podcast, and like we've been grinding, so we are deciding we're gonna take a little step back here and there just because we had that awesome boat episode. We're also recording another one today, so it's gonna be nice to have 1 week to kind of chill.
It's gonna be nice.
And you know what? We deserve time off too, so it's like, we're excited that we're here. We are excited to do this every single week for you guys, but sometimes doubling up on a podcast in a week might feel good next week to have like a little bit of a off week. So
plus, I'm gonna for sure come home from Chicago with a candid story. There's absolutely no way that I go there with all our literally best / wildest friends, and I don't come home with a candid.
You're going
story.
This weekend, right?
Yeah, it's Kate's birthday, Kate's wedding.
Same thing.
And she's so fun, and it's just gonna be the best wedding ever. So, anywho, before we jump into anything else, I gotta say a little something in a little microphone. All right, Bud Light Seltzer launched limited edition retro summer tie-dye variety pack. Yes, you've heard about this before, but I swear to God, they are not going to be here all summer. Okay, you need to get those summer vibes in while you can. You guys, cherry limeade, summer ice, and blue raz. I have to say my favorite flavor. Oh wait, what? Favorite flavor change.
My favorite. Yeah.
I am all about the cherry limeade now.
I'm a cherry limeade. I switched to it too.
I switched
because we
were drinking so many.
We drank a lot on Sunday, so we tried all the flavors, and I switched to cherry limeade.
We both did. We were both like, that's the one.
Out of the retro pack.
Out of the retro pack, yes. I'm not gonna lie, I still absolutely love the iced teas. They're bomb.
Yeah, the iced teas.
They're still so good. Like, but I love them all. Here's the thing though, these nostalgia ones are not gonna be out all summer. In fact, I think they end right when the stroke of September comes around. It's not summer anymore. So now's the time to go try them if you haven't. Whole Foods, Total Wine. I can't think of any store names today. I don't know what's going on with me. Anywho, both are available now for only a limited time. So hurry the F up. You can get them delivered right at your door or by going to budlightseltzer.com/delivery or pick it up at your local grocery store or convenience store.
Also, rewind to the boat when I realized my toes weren't painted, and we're not allowed to wear shoes. First of all, I'm not allowed to wear shoes right now either, so I have socks on.
Listen, we have rules. We vacuum quite a bit.
Yeah, it is clean in here, I will say that. But I also couldn't wear my cute little socks and sandals on the boat yesterday. So all of a sudden cameras are whipping out and I'm like, I don't want anyone to see my feet, and we are about to take a picture, so
I'm gonna put a picture of your foot up on the
I shoved my foot in an empty Bud Light seltzer box and wore it as a shoe.
And she goes, should I put my foot in here instead of having my foot out? And I go, yeah, no, here. And I helped her put her foot in a box.
You guys.
And we took like professional photos thinking that they're going to turn out really nice.
I thought it was the most genius idea I've ever had until I looked
like
back.
A box, like a square.
Until I look back at the photo, and it was such a cute photo, and all of a sudden I'm wearing a box as a shoe.
This is the most random thing, but it reminds me of Ed, Edd and Eddy. Do you remember that show?
Yes.
I don't know why it reminds me of that, but that was a fucking good show. I don't have any idea where that came from. Anywho, okay, we'll dive right in. You guys, we wanted to talk again today about body positivity because this was a huge topic that we talked about a few episodes ago, and it was really popular, and it's also really, really freaking important. And we talked about hot girl summer and being confident, but this topic is so big that we need to retouch it. And we also wanted to talk about plastic surgery and like making changes to your body, making changes to yourself, and like how that can affect you, and what we think about it, because we're going to be honest. We're going to talk about how we feel, more so our perspective of body positivity and how we feel about plastic surgery and those types of things.
So kind of reiterating what you just said, just to clarify. So episode 8, if you want to go back and listen, that was the one that we did talk about body image.
Yes.
And then episode 9, we had Vanessa Persephone on, and we actually had 2 episodes with her, part 1 and part 2, still one of our top listened to episodes, just because she does dive into body image and her disordered eating. So that was episode 8, episode 9. And then, yeah, just like Syd said, like, I decided we should do a little bit of a disclaimer, just because we are 2 regular girls. This is all going to be our opinion. Mm-hmm. So take this with a grain of salt, and like, just know we're coming from a non-judgmental place. We simply are just advocating to destigmatize, doing whatever you want to make you feel yourself your best. In no way are we promoting surgeries or encouraging anyone to get them. We want to talk about both sides, kind of like the darker side, the trauma, the pressure, expectations of perfectionism. But we also empathize with, the people that want to get the work done in order to fit into this like societal beauty and what, we deem as perfect. Mm-hmm. Perfect.
What's expected of us and things like that. Yeah. Again, anything that we say is our opinion. Anything that comes out of our mouth is completely our opinion, not backed by doctors, not anything like that. So just remember, this is our opinion, our lives, and
just a conversation,
convo with your friend. Yep. That's it. Yep. That's all there is to it.
So to kind of kick things off, I literally just highlighted this. So this is called the Aesthetic Neural Network, the ANN data.
ANN data.
Yes, just so I'm not like throwing out random statistics.
You're always coming in with a stat. I love it.
Well, it's just because like plastic surgery the past year actually has like increased, which is surprising due to like a pandemic. But as the lockdown restriction eased for non-essential services, surgeons began seeing an influx of patients seeking aesthetic plastic surgery. So this is in 2020. ANN data reports a total revenue, get ready, $9 billion spent on aesthetic plastic surgery. So not like needed surgery, aesthetic plastic surgery.
Here's to clarify, a breast reduction can be a needed surgery. Usually it is needed. Mm-hmm. A nose job can be needed. Obviously you can guess those things, but think about like
a deviated septum vibe. Yeah.
There are so many things that you can do to your body. I don't even know how to dive into this part of the topic because it's so intense, but let's just back it up and start talking about where it came from.
Yeah.
And
why we think it's increased even.
Social media.
Yep.
Hello. I mean, we're all thinking it. It's totally what it is. And reality TV.
Yeah.
I think because reality TV is scripted, right? It's not real.
I think immediately when you said that, my mind goes to Kardashians.
I was going to talk about it like right away. The one person that comes to mind obviously is Kim, per booty. It's not real. Khloe has had a few different faces for real. Like if you've looked it up, what's really sad, and I want to empathize with those people, is they literally feel like they need to be somebody in order to be successful and be prominent and be liked. And after you get ripped on, like Khloe's talked about it before, about being the fat sister, which is horrible.
Yeah.
Millions and millions and millions of people for like 10 plus years. Definitely. I mean, shit, I would probably want to change myself too. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And be somebody else. But what's scary is everyone's starting to look alike. Like when you start to edit your face, everyone starts to look the same because everyone is going like, I want to look like that, like top celebrity that's like hot. I want to have that nose. I want these structures.
Yep.
I even read about a lot of people are coming into plastic surgeons saying they want to look like a Snapchat or Instagram filter.
Well, here's what I was going to say. It was like, it used to be that people would go into a surgeon and say, I want to look like Jennifer Aniston, or I want to look like this celebrity. But now with these Instagram filters, these Snapchat filters, it's like you can see yourself in a new image. So it's almost like you want to be a better looking version of yourself, versus now it's instead of showing them a celebrity pic, apparently like people are showing this filtered version of themselves. Like for example, like when me and you were like finding some cute, filters before we film our episodes, we like to like take a little selfie, and sometimes we'll swipe and all of a sudden our noses are little buttons tiny, and our lips are huge, and me and you both react. We're like, oh,
we're
God,
like, whoa, I don't look like that.
We're like, not that one. And we both react and we're like, oh my gosh, like we can't use that. But at the same time, we both low key are like, damn, like we kind of look good.
Like, not gonna lie, I look way better with a bigger lip. For sure.
And it literally shows you exactly what you can take in and say, I want this bigger, this smaller. It's so fucking dangerous.
It's in fact dangerous.
I've heard of something called like the Snapchat dysmorphia or some shit. So it's like it's like an actual disease where you just get obsessed with like looking like these filters. And there was a point in my life where I would have, you know, an Instagram filter on for a while. And then all of a sudden that camera flips because you're taking a picture of someone else and the camera flips on your face. And you're like, oh my God, I look like a creature. And I don't feel like myself because there's no filter.
Because you've been looking at yourself with a filter for so long.
You have to like edit how much you use that. Do you agree?
It's sad. I mean, it is really sad. And it's sad when you feel like people, even like the perfected people, use these perfected, like more filters. And it just goes to show that like we've all got a level of insecurity. We all don't think we're perfect. Even the perfect people don't think they're perfect. You know what I mean? Even the most beautiful people that you're like, I want to look like them, they don't want to look like them. They want to edit themselves in some way, shape, or form. And people are telling them mean things and likely hate mailing them. You know what I mean? They're celebrities in the public eye. Like they're even getting shit on. Like the people that you strive to be don't necessarily have the confidence that you think that they do. So it all stems back to like, who do you want to be? You know what I mean? Like, do I want to be myself? Like, I wrote something down. I said, do you judge someone when they're not being their self? Like, are you kind of like, I feel kind of bad for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When you can like read through the bullshit a little bit.
Like it's more like, I feel kind of bad that you're not being yourself or you're not comfortable in your own skin. Like, imagine if that was you.
Yeah.
Like,
but on the other side of this, what would you say if someone was so insecure about maybe like their nose, for example, and they get a nose job and then they just blossom and they feel more like themselves. And then it's the opposite. So it's like, can surgery change your personality too?
I think it can change how you carry yourself. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll say it now. I'm an advocate for it if you feel like it's going to make you feel better in your own skin. I would never tell somebody no, you can't do that. Don't morph yourself. Don't do that to your body. It sucks that you think that you need it. But if it makes you feel better, that's a beautiful thing. Yeah. I mean, it's you, it's your body. It's not mine. But in our opinions, like I want a boob job.
Yeah,
I do.
I know me and Syd have both talked about this. We're like, if we could get something done, like there's definitely stuff I would like to do, but to a certain extent, like before I even talk about like wanting a boob job after my kids suck me dry from breastfeeding, like
scary.
Yeah, see, that's probably when I'd want one.
It's scary.
I'd probably want to be a mom. I'd want to develop who I am right now without with my itty bitty titty committee, you know, with the vibe.
Little titties.
Yeah.
They're easy.
Exactly. But I do think that a lot of good surgeons do some sort of some psychological test before you actually get your surgery.
I didn't know
that. And
that.
apparently if it's a good surgeon, they will, because some people are like so obsessed with certain surgeries and they keep getting it done and they're still never content. And it's like, you have to figure out the deeper meaning. Like, will you be happy with the surgery when you're done anyways? Or is there something deeper? So after you do the work on yourself and you go to therapy, apparently, like surgeons have even pressed for that. If you go to therapy, you work on yourself and you're like, okay, I still want the surgery because my nose or my ears have bothered me since I was 5 years old. Then I feel like you should be able to get what you want done, because it's like, you've thought about it, you've tried the therapy, you know that it's beyond just like this internal feeling. And I can't be the judge of what anybody else does. And especially when I'm sitting here, like when we went into what's his last name? I'm blanking all of a sudden. Clinic Femina over down the street. I have a huge bump in my nose where I've broken my nose. Like, I think I've broken it 3 times now. Oh God.
And
I didn't know you broke it.
Yeah, I broke it. People have I got hit in lacrosse a few times, and then someone hit me with their head running this way, which is horrible. And I was asking him, I'm like, how invasive is nose surgery? Because I can't really smell out of the side, but I'd probably use that as my excuse to get I have a deviated septum, which everyone uses as kind of their excuse to get a nose job. But it's legit, but I could definitely carry it over a little more extreme. But I was like, what would it be like to get a nose job? He's like, it's really invasive. It's a huge recovery. It's very extremely painful. But if it's worth it to you, then you do it. And I was like, that's very healthy. But he's like, or if you want, I can fill it in with a tiny bit of Botox, or I think it was Botox or filler. I guess it's water. It's filler. So it's filler, water right here. And I let him do it because I have cried over my nose. It is the one piece of my body that I've been so upset about. It looks different to me because I've broken it. It looks different and it's bigger nose, and I had a big bump, and I saw my side profile, and I've been made fun of. People are like, don't wear ponytails. You look funny in them. People would make fun of me. So when I did it, I literally teared up. No, and you did.
I was gonna say, can we rewind when this actually happened?
Yes. We were in there.
So yeah, we were at Clinic Femina and we were like, let's just like Syd, I was like, Syd, I was saying, fuck it, just try it. Like
it goes away.
It goes away. Right. So he fills in that upper part and she can't see it yet. I start hysterically crying because I was so excited for her because like it was the simplest little fix and it was immediate. Like it literally blew my mind about everything I'd ever thought about fillers and Botox, thinking like, oh my gosh, it's so fake. It's so this. See, first of all, it's coming from someone with a naturally different nose than you.
Yeah.
So whenever someone tells you like, you shouldn't do that, it's not natural. Yeah. First of all, look at their nose. Or if someone tells me to not get a boob job, I'm like, you have big boobs, bitch.
Yeah. I mean, but
like,
hey, like,
you don't know how it is to be in
feels.
so you can't speak on someone else's experience. I think that's kind of like the basis of this whole conversation too, is like, it's not a black and white conversation.
Absolutely
it's
not.
Really individualized, and it's really from what space you're in, like in the moment, and
totally.
who you are, what's your experiences, and
your nose looks so good.
She
starts crying, and I'm like, what? And he showed me the mirror, and my eyes were tearing up. I'm like, oh my god, like it just like I've had this bump that was never there before, and all it needed was like one little like squirt literally syringe. of water in my nose. And listen, I'm not promoting fillers, I'm not promoting Botox, I'm not promoting any of this shit, but to me that made me feel like, oh my god, I don't have to go do an invasive surgery that I never wanted to do anyway. Like I feel beautiful from literally probably the nothingness, most like minute thing ever. And I felt beautiful. Yep. And guess what? I don't give a flying fuck if anyone thinks that I shouldn't have done it.
I don't care.
I'm not fake. I'm me more than I ever have been. So listen, if you feel like you need surgery to feel better, that's not the answer. You do not need a surgery to be beautiful. Okay. You don't need to be anybody that you don't want to be. You don't need to look like anybody else. You are yourself and you are beautiful. But I can't tell you that you won't feel better from something that you believe that you need. You know what I mean? You can't tell somebody that they're not going to feel better.
And it's hard because I think this conversation, like if we would have talked about this, I don't know, 10 years ago, maybe we had different opinions. The other really important part of this conversation too is like, we're allowed to change our minds and opinions and whatever our mind's at right now, whatever we're saying, like, first of all, just know that we're all allowed to change our minds. Maybe you had a preconceived idea about fillers, about Botox, but just like be open to learning. The other part of this conversation is there's this whole feminism movement going on, and is surgery, is fillers, is Botox, is this a failure at feminism? And so I kind of listened to a podcast to try to get a little background on this, but to be honest, like I don't think it's fair to say that someone who has had cosmetic surgery cannot be deemed a feminist. I know that we have beauty standards that are so ridiculous and they're set by this patriarchy, but is it worse to know that and to live with, I don't know, a nose that you hate or small boobs that you've hated for years, or essentially let the patriarchy control me that way? Or do I get the boob job and I accept it knowing that I feel this way because of that? Does that make sense?
It does. No, it does. It's confusing.
Like, what's really a win? So
it's hard to say.
Yeah.
It's really hard to say. I don't think you're not a feminist by doing something to your body. Also, what happened to like boss bitch energy? What happened about being a cheerleader to females? Like, be a cheerleader no matter what that means. Like, also, if you're being snobby to somebody because they did something to their body, and they probably look fucking good, sometimes they do, you know what I mean? Sometimes there's situations where people get botched or they get overdone, but like, are you jealous because they look good? Like, sometimes you have to ask yourself that. Like, am I getting kind of angry, or like jealousy is kind of like biting me in the butt, and now I'm kind of being a bad guy? Listen, coming from experience, like for example, when you immediately see some woman, you're like in the public and you know right away she has had work done, it's not your fault that immediate thought in your head is negative. But I think that we just have to notice that it's negative and notice why we're feeling that way, dig a little deeper and be like, am I jealous? Like, for example, like this is bad and I'm going to admit to it. Like the other day I was talking to this female and obviously I knew she had a boob job, and right away I judged her on it, like in my head. And for me, it almost was like she needed to prove herself a little bit more to me. Oh, interesting.
And I know that it shouldn't be that way. No, but it's this preconceived thing that we've had in our head since we were born. Like, oh, it's vain, it's selfish because we get work done for ourselves. But really, like, I probably came from jealousy.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, her boobs look fucking great. I want to touch them. Can I squeeze? Like, can I have those on my body?
Squeeze? Can I squeeze?
And also feminism.
Yeah.
Feminism is equally about empowering women to do what they want to do.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a two-pronged approach because yes, we oppose the patriarchy standards that they've set for us, but we also want women to thrive, exceed, and feel good. So I think just having all this information available before making a decision is really where this feminism stands from. Yeah.
I have two things to say. One is that uniqueness is beautiful. So like I've really come to light and like come to my confidence in the past probably like year, I would say. And I don't want to look like anybody else besides myself. And that's very extremely important to me. And once you find that in like whatever it is that you want to look like yourself and you're happy with that, it's a really powerful thing, an empowering thing. Like I don't waste my time obsessing what I look like in the mirror. If I fuck up one eyelash, I don't give two flying F's. Nobody notices out. Nobody notices. It's like you're you for a million different reasons besides your looks. Can we just say that too? Yeah. And the other thing I was going to say, the reason behind my want for boob job, because little boobs are great. Yes, I'm fine with it.
I love little boobs for so many reasons.
For so many reasons, great. Look great in little tops.
Okay, what are your let's dive in. Let's dive in to see if we really want this.
Okay, pros.
Because if we get it, we should get it at the same time.
Okay, we'll be down for the count. I'm like, can you lift my water? You're like, I can't. I'm like, oh fuck.
I'll just live here. I'll live here and we'll make Jordan do everything for us.
Jordan, I need a smoothie.
Come get your booby ladies.
Can I make a smoothie? He brings it. I'm like, it needs more apple in it. Can you remake it? What I was gonna say was about it, and then we'll do our pros and cons list because this is a pro. It's a pro. That's why I associated my mom as the boss bitch, like beautiful, sleek, like gorgeous human being that is a beast in the workplace and a beast in the workout room and whatever. Yep. And I've admitted before on an episode that I had no idea she had a boob job. And I was stunned because I felt like coming into my womanly self, I was going to develop these boobs.
Oh, interesting. I've had a very similar experience with my mother.
That's right. So it's like I associated like looking like my mom as the most beautiful thing ever because I truly believe that.
And that's actually beautiful though, because it's your mom and you think you want to be just like her.
I want to be just like my mom. So to me, like to fulfill that, I feel like I'm like, why do I feel bad for saying that? I want to look like my mom. I want to have a boob job. She looks extremely stunning regardless of that, but I found it out late and that's what I associated it with.
Okay. Before we get into pros and cons, I have a story a little bit too.
Let me hear it.
I don't know. I mean, I hope this is okay. She probably doesn't even listen to this, but yeah, I have a similar experience. Like my mom, after she had kids, she was, nothing was quite there anymore. So she rewarded herself with a little booby jobby. And I was little and I didn't know either. And I assumed I was going to get boobs too. But I have this memory, you guys, of standing in my neighbor's house. And this must have been like a month after she had got it done. But I remember...
Oh God. What? Oh God.
The weirdest thing. I've never admitted it. It just popped in my head. I was across the counter. My mom was talking to the other mother at this neighbor's house.
Oh God.
And I remember staring at her boobs. She was wearing this tight white shirt. And I run up to her and I grab both of her boobs.
No, you didn't.
And jiggle them.
No, you didn't.
I think I was like 9 years old.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, in front of the other mom.
No, you did not.
And like my mom was probably like not trying to, draw attention. And I'm sitting there.
You noticed.
Yeah, I noticed. And I didn't notice in terms of like wow, they're bigger. Like I just wanted to grab them and jiggle them. Like they just looked fun to grab. And I remember she was pissed off. Okay, sorry.
Oh, I'm sure
random
she was pissed.
Story.
No,
but,
that's hilarious.
Okay, my only con to a boob job is obviously like the recovery, everything.
Yep.
Like I wish I could snap my fingers and it would happen.
Yep.
The money, whatever. But I also sleep on my stomach.
Oh, that's gonna be an issue.
And honestly,
that's gonna be an issue.
I have never been able to sleep on my back ever.
I sleep on my back because otherwise my back hurts. It also makes my stomach cramp if I sleep on my side or my stomach.
It almost like helps my like anxiety sleeping on my stomach.
Maybe
or
it does. You need a weighted blanket. I bet you can.
I
sleep
do
on your
have
back.
one of those.
Oh,
too. But I stick my arms like right here. Both,
wait,
like,
I do
between
too.
my pelvis and I lay on my stomach.
Oh, interesting.
And then like I almost sleep on my face.
Oh my God, weird.
Yeah.
I've never heard of anybody sleeping like that. The only time I do that is if I'm drinking.
I'm gonna get wrinkles too.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be fine. Yes. Here's the thing though, my con to it is it's probably not going to be as fulfilling as I think it's gonna be. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get it and it's gonna be like, that was it. Like that's all.
Or what if we can't like work out the way we're used to?
I was gonna say, or they get in the way, or I just don't want to feel the thing is I don't want to feel full or complete like when that's done. Like that doesn't feel fair to myself. And but I'm acknowledging that. And I wasn't gonna come on here and pretend like I didn't want a boob job. Like I'm not gonna come on here and pretend, like, you know what I mean? We agreed to it. We were at the beginning.
I'm so happy with my little titties.
No, I'm not. I'm like I don't love them. But I do love myself. That's for fucking sure. Yeah. And if I want to do one enhancement to make myself feel better, and I don't care what anyone else's opinions are, then I don't really care.
I will say, I do like. We're just talking about boobs now and whatever, but I do like my boobs now. I love my little boobs. But I just know after having kids, because I do really want to breastfeed.
Your body changes.
Your body changes, and I think it'd be like a fun reward after you pop out 3 babies, you know?
3? Are you going to have 3?
I don't know. That just came to mind. I don't know.
Do you think you're going to have 3?
I don't even know if I want kids.
I don't. I do,
no
but
idea.
I don't really know.
I don't even have a boyfriend. Like, I can't be thinking about kids.
Who cares? You don't need a boyfriend to have a baby.
Yeah, sure.
Sperm donor.
I'm gonna freeze them eggies.
Yeah, freeze. Yeah.
Okay. One more thing that I kind of wanted to point out is I wrote this down. So there is like this. Okay, so we have the beauty standards like the Kardashians, right?
Correct.
And there's this movement though in the past years. We talked about this in our body image podcast too, where people are doing the opposite of the beauty standards.
Correct.
So the hairy armpits, the no makeup, the bad skin, you're showing your cellulite. There's that side, but at the same time, those people still want to see Kardashian level perfection. So like my Instagram, I have those people that are like showing their bad skin, showing their flaws. But then you keep scrolling and you have people that are also this Kardashian level vibe. Like they're editing their photos, their skin looks great, their Instagram is perfectly curated. But it's hard because sometimes, for example, me, like I don't fit into either of those boxes. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you don't have to choose one or the other. And to be honest, like it's really hard to live in the in-between a little bit because I want to be genuine and real, but I like to like still post fun photos, like pretty photos where I feel confident in.
You can feel good and post whatever the hell you want.
People like to call you a hypocrite if you're not one or the other. And I don't think we have to tick a certain box, but people just want to put you in a box, especially men. They want to put you in this box, and you can find a balance. And I think this one or the other, black or white, is such a binary way of thinking. And I think you can choose an in-between.
You can choose an in-between. You can choose a nothing. You can choose to not even have a social media. Yeah. Honestly, it's probably way more healthy anyway. I think that judgment is at the root of all of this conversation, everything about it. Like 100%. People are judging them. They're pushing them to be in that box. They're judging other people in other boxes, whatever they look like. Why? Yeah. Why are you wasting your energy on judging other people? That's like what I want people to like think about when they are scrolling through social media. And instead of thinking like, wow, that's sick that they went there. She looks good. Bomb. She looks sick. Good for her. Keep scrolling. Why are we judging them? Why are you wasting your energy and your word of mouth to talk shit about somebody else? Yeah, it honestly, it shows your character more than anybody else's character. It's a waste of time. It's a waste because it means that you're insecure about something about yourself, and it's time that you could be spending fixing yourself, working on yourself, your self-confidence, what needs to heal inside, instead of judging other people.
And easier said than done, right? Because like me and you, we've had conversations about, people were like, oh, well, she has a boob job. We're like, yeah, she does. But
and
like,
then we
what is that?
Switch it. And we're like,
yeah, we're like it. As long as like now we're moving into this at least generation where we at least notice those thoughts, like I think we're on the uphill.
It's all about getting better every day.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not perfect. I mean, my God, I'm not perfect, and I've caught myself judging people that I shouldn't need. I don't need to judge, and honestly, like ask me a few years ago, I'd say lip fillers are a joke, and I think it's inappropriate, and I think it's over the done and over the top and too much. But we also have to take in consideration we do live in the Midwest. And it is a little bit more all natural vibes. Like even when we wear little out there outfits, like you get looked at. Like people are like, "Whoa, why are you not in a flannel? Why are you not in like a more modest outfit?" Or
why
like
aren't you wearing a flannel and wearing that pickup truck and a flannel? Why are you,
honey? Your breasts are showing. But it's just like care about judgments, give judgments. That is a poor reflection on yourself.
I was going to say sorry, I had a burp.
Oh, I was wondering what you're doing. I'm like, did you have something to say?
Well, and Minneapolis is a little better. Like coming from my small town where I grew up, like a St. Cloud area when I was younger, and being able to wear certain outfits there versus here, like I can kind of push the limits here a little bit more. It's also interesting because lip fillers, all that Botox, whatever, what's the difference between that and like makeup? Like we're still enhancing our looks a little bit.
Yeah, you are.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're covering up whatever however you want to look. I just wear makeup because I thought that was kind of what everyone did, to be totally honest with you.
Everyone does it. I better do it.
I know nothing about makeup. I had one of my friends come over and she did a tutorial. I paid her like $50 because I was
remember you telling me
I don't remember anything. Like I don't know anything about makeup. I'm like kind of a boy. My dad kind of raised me like a little man. But even back in the day, I wanted a boob job. So
side note, watch Glow Up on Netflix. It's so good.
Yeah, you were referring to it.
So fun.
Oh, wait. Sorry. I kind of cut you off.
No, you didn't. But I feel like I had one more note on this. Hold on. Let me think for just a second. Oh, yes. Okay. So my opinion, though, on like I've heard this. I don't know if it's correct, but like fillers and lip injections.
I know what you're about to say.
I'm like afraid of needles. So I, first of all, like probably can't do it. But second of all, I heard that it doesn't actually dissolve and it just moves around in your face. So I'm like, I want to wait a little longer before I even do any Botox or anything. I just like don't want to.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Oh yeah. It's kind of scary. I just don't know enough about it. Educate yourself before you're going to do it. If you're going to do it.
I also feel kind of pressure to get Botox. Why is everyone talking about Botox and saying that we need to start when we're young? I'm like,
guess what? My mom has never had Botox before.
Really?
She's 63 and she looks like $1 million.
Yeah,
so
she does.
Just remember that. And I hate to say it, you guys, but no matter what, no matter who you are, genetics plays a large factor in the way you look. And that is totally okay, because if you think your mom is beautiful and your mom thinks you're beautiful, chances are you're all beautiful. Everyone's beautiful in their fucking own way. And I have to say, life is more than your fucking looks. Yeah. Do you think someone's attractive when they're funny?
Oh, 100%. They go from like a 3 to a 9.
How about intelligent?
3 to a 7.
How about just like athletic?
3 to 8.
How about somebody who's good with kids or animals or other people in your friends?
Yeah. 3.
How about when someone's spontaneous?
Yeah. Wow, this person's nice.
This is your dream man. No, just kidding. And he's coming through that door right now.
Where is he? Show me. Show me the light.
No, I'm just making a point
definitely.
that your looks are not that important. And we're talking about looks, about body image, because it is about a physical thing, but it's also a mental thing. And reminding yourself that you are not your looks. Like your looks don't define you. Your looks are just a great little extra factor of who you are.
And then also don't feel guilty though if it is something like, I'm just always trying to find like the other side of it too.
Of course. No,
because I always revert back to like a nose job, just because I know some kids that like, I've known a few people that, you know, grew up with like horrible noses and they were young and they got it when they were young. And that could be the person that ends up going for a job that they wouldn't have gone for because of a nose.
I know.
And then they end up changing the fucking world because they got a little nose job.
Butterfly effect, man. One thing can change your whole trajectory. But
there's both sides, man. Everything.
Building your confidence is more than just your looks. That's all I have to say. And there's a few little pieces. I spoke with somebody that I know distantly, and she has struggled with body positivity, not in any extreme form though, you know, in extreme form of how she was feeling, how she was thinking, but she hadn't been to like the doctor, like there was nothing that she was diagnosed with, you know what I mean? So I'm saying like, this is a person just like you or I, and there were some things that she talked to me about that she was like, we need to make prevalent. Number one, media is unrealistic. Social media, the media, TV, fake celebrities, no workout will make you look like them. They're literally paid to look like that. They use different plastic surgeries like to look like somebody else.
They got those butt lifts, those BBLs.
BBLs, man, and they're the most dangerous procedure, by the way.
I've heard that. There's like a
people die all the time from BBLs.
There's a really high mortality rate for BBLs.
Like extremely
disgusting.
Not worth the risk.
I think it's like 1 in 3,000 or 1 in 300.
That's not. That's
300
horrible.
Die from getting
Why
a bigger
would you
ass.
risk your life to have a big booty? Who the? Jeez, that's not my judgment though. I mean, you do your thing, but dang,
I know we're not judging, but why would you do
what
this?
The hell?
You're crazy.
No, literally.
I actually do know someone that got one and she looks hella good.
Like
she didn't die either.
So, wow, dang, good for her then, I guess. Okay. She talked about losing the scale unless you're counting macros, which was a separate thing. I was gonna leave that on the other side. But like, no, I meant like just like scale like because if you're using losing the scale, but also like food or your food scale or a weight scale. But I didn't want to like I'm not coming into your box at all. That's why I'm saying that.
If you have an obsessive personality and you are dealing with any sort of disorders like body dysmorphia, which it sounds like she may have dealt with, do not count macros. I definitely
it's dangerous.
That.
Yeah, it's dangerous to obsess. No obsession is good. No obsession with anything is healthy. So obsession with food is extremely unhealthy. give to yourself daily, like whatever that means. Like I talked about this morning, you and I both skipped our workout and got a walk in. Rest days are fucking important, man. Like extremely important. Your body is just as bad as sitting down and never moving is moving way too much and overexerting yourself. And not eating enough calories and overexerting yourself and working out a lot more than burning the calories more than you eat will burn your own muscle mass after you run through all your fat. Like that's dangerous. Like as overexertion, no obsession is healthy. And just think about, who do I want to be? And it's a personal battle. Get the therapy that you need if you're struggling. Like you can go get therapy and not have a shame. You don't even have to tell anybody. Yeah. You don't have to tell a soul.
I feel like therapy is getting so much more prevalent.
I think so too. And it's normalized now.
We actually just had 2 or 3 DMs just yesterday about therapy, where to go for therapy. And I was just talking to my mom about wanting therapy, maybe being like a life coach. My sister just started seeing a life coach. I've been looking for therapy this week too, because it's just something that I need to start prioritizing.
I agree.
And I think everyone could benefit from it, especially if you're debating getting any types of plastic surgery. It might be a good little first step too.
Completely agree. Did you know that one of my other wants to be, it would be a life coach?
Oh yeah. I told you that you
should. I know. Oh yeah, you told me too.
I go, bitch, quit your job and become a life coach.
Maybe I will, you guys. I don't know. We'll see. But I love talking to people. Yeah. I love just
you would be really good
helping
at that.
People guide them. I'm like, bitch, empower yourself.
You might even get some one-on-one clients from this podcast, reach out, and then you can start a little side hustle and boom. You never know.
You never know.
You never know.
You never know, you guys. No,
it would actually help this podcast too. So I think you should get some credentials and become a life coach. Okay.
So I guess I'm becoming a life coach on the side. Welcome to my 900th hobby. Okay. We could dive into a million things about a body image, and you know us way too well that this is not going to be the last conversation that we have about body image. Like, I mean, there's going to be millions more.
To episode 8 to listen to that one too.
Listen to episode 8, listen to episode 9, and know that we're going to touch on a lot of other things that are in a different realm besides plastic surgery and physical appearance. There's a lot more to it. There's mental health, and we are due to have another mental health episode very, very soon. So that's coming. But we wanted to talk about that. We wanted to get that realm going. I think I have a little something to tell you real quick before we transition.
What do you have to tell me, Syd?
Well,
tell me all about it.
Today's episode is sponsored by our friends at Manscaped, the leaders in men's below-the-waist grooming. It's back to school time, and we need to make sure your man is packing the essentials to have his best year yet. The Manscaped 4th generation performance package is just that for his package. Things are opening up, making sure the man in your life is ready for whatever comes his way. It's the perfect package for his package. Okay, yep, there you go. Which includes the brand new Lawnmower 4.0. Give him the valedictorian of ball trimming. Valedictorian of ball trimming, so he can join the 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com with our code Candid20. Anywho, it's really good. On top of that, Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts for the performance package, the Manscaped boxers and the Shed travel bag. Bring your comfort and boxers to another level. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code Candid20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code Candid20 at manscaped.com. This year, you have your man graduate with a degree in clean balls from Manscaped.
Keep them clean balls.
I said,
but actually,
valedictorian.
You guys, we've had people say that they use Manscaped and they're like, oh yeah, my boyfriend uses Manscaped. Go on there and just use our code. You'll get,
it's so easy.
Like, just quick, go do it. Candid20, like buy something. You'll love it. I even like their men's shavers because my legs are hella smooth.
I also like their cologne, and I'm about to switch to a men's shaver, and I'm going to use theirs on my legs. But I will say this. Manscaped is sold at Target. This is not some like random thing. Like they know what they're doing.
But don't buy it
at
Target because you can't use our code.
That's what I'm saying. So if you use your red card, you can get 5%. Woo wee. What about 20% with Candid20? Boom.
Syd, what's your favorite Manscaped product?
Honestly,
the cologne. No. 3, 2, 1.
The Weed Whacker. Yes. I was gonna say cologne, and then I'm like, wait a minute, the product. I'm like, oh, I know what you're gonna say.
Okay, I think I think we should probably wrap up with some straight candid stories.
I'm ready.
All right, welcome you guys to our straight candid stories presented by Bud Light Seltzer. Every week, you guys write in and tell us your craziest stories that need to be shared. So please keep sending us DMs with your straight candid moments.
Please and thank you always. Yes. Keep it anonymous. I promise.
We reminisce on these crazy candid stories from the past, just as Bud Light Seltzer will have you reminiscing on their new tie-dye variety pack and nostalgic flavors available now for a limited time. time. So here we are sharing your experiences to make mistakes more laughable, moments more relatable, and candidness more common. But actually, y'all, we want to hear your stories, so please send us something. This week, our listeners sent a few in, but Jackson goes, girls, I got something to share with you. So Jackson, what you got for us today?
It's a pretty good one.
Okay.
But bear with me because it was all over voice audio, so I don't have it written down. So
that's
you're
okay.
fine.
Try to go by memory here.
Sid and I are big voice audio advocates.
Big
so.
users.
Oh, I've caught on.
Oh yeah,
Huge
I've
user.
caught on big time.
Yeah.
I like it too though. But
nice.
anyway, so
Before you start, is that you on your shirt?
yeah.
Wait, I
is
did not
so
notice
sick.
that until now.
Jerry,
Wait, can I have
Jerry
one of those?
dude, what?
Jerry dude, yeah.
Where'd you
It's
get
my
that?
handle at FCF, the fan controlled football.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah,
sick.
self-promo for sure.
Oh
Why
my
don't we have
God.
something like that?
Wait, we need to get those.
Can I actually have a copy
Absolutely.
of that though? I would love to wear that around.
Yeah, there are some leftover shirts.
There are
Amazing.
wait, you have
So-
more than one?
Yeah, they didn't sell out.
They didn't.
Not
He's
even
like,
close,
oh, shit.
unfortunately.
But actually,
That's
I'll take an
alright.
extra
Yeah.
large.
All right, cool.
Or whatever you
I'll
got
check
left.
the inventory.
All right,
thanks.
hit us with the story. I'm excited.
Okay, so this was actually one of my friends, and she works at like some laser hair removal, Botox type.
Oh, good story
Oh, wow.
for this.
Wait,
Nice job.
that
Exactly.
aligns?
That's why I thought of it. Like when you sent
Okay.
the notes, I was like, oh my gosh, because this is just a good one in general. So I
Okay.
thought this was perfect. Anyway, and she was telling a story how, well, I guess on average days, like guys will come in and they'll do laser hair removal down there.
Oh.
And she says it's pretty normal for patients to get a little too excited, if you know what I mean.
Oh
dudes.
my.
Yeah, dudes like getting
Wrecked.
erect.
It doesn't
Yes.
hurt.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm the wrong. I don't know,
Okay.
but I'm sure. I don't think it'd feel good. Anyway, and
You don't have your balls.
and she's really good at like staying calm. She's like, oh no, don't worry, it happens all the time. Like no worries, don't get embarrassed. You know, try to stay calm, do the job. And this one patient was like, no, like when it goes up, I gotta finish, and starts to relieve himself. then and
Oh
there.
no, he didn't.
Yes.
No, he didn't.
Yes. And she was like, I left the room like it was just like what the fuck, like way too much, and like he had a membership, so they couldn't cancel it in that moment, so they had to like let him finish and then not like renew it. But
Oh my Jesus.
That's such a cop out
That's
to me.
horrifying.
like I can't even believe
No.
that.
That's
I'm like,
disturbed.
what? Yes.
Like, what's wrong with this person?
You're not an animal, dude. Like, calm it down.
For real. And
What are you gonna get? Blue balls? Oh, is that what you're afraid of, buddy?
I
Come
think
on, we
that
have
is
children out of
ridiculous.
our hoo-has.
Okay, question. Is blue balls actually a thing?
yeah.
Oh, God.
Okay. That
But
was
but
confirmed.
it's like if
I
it
thought it was
goes up,
always
like
just like
chill, like
Chill
go do it later
out.
or whatever,
Yeah.
you know. But
Oh my
anyway,
god, that's horrifying.
since this person, they now like aren't allowed to touch anything, so they have to use a popsicle stick to like move the wang back and forth.
A popsicle stick.
So just like they poke, jabbing, moving.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, if you're, if
just a
a
sensation
random
and
person
everything, yeah.
touching and your like eyes are closed and you even get one creepy thought. I mean, I don't have a pee, so I don't know what's going on here. But
Did the visual
oh
just like
my
pop
God.
up in your head?
with the little
With the
popsicle
popsicle
stick?
stick?
Yes. Are you
Just
kidding me?
Flapping back and
A,
forth.
I'm never gonna have a popsicle, and B, that's horrifying. I can't even think about that.
I know.
I
It's
feel horrible
unreal.
for her. That's so
I know,
inappropriate.
and like that's just day to day, like maybe not that situation, but just like
but like
dealing
oh
with that, or
my
no, it's
God.
okay, it happens all the time.
that man, he needs to like go get some
No,
help or
needs some
something.
help for
That was
sure.
a good
Frick,
story,
That was a
though.
really good
Thanks
story
for
though.
sharing.
Of
I
course.
feel bad for her though. I actually really do.
Before we like completely wrap up, Andrew or Jackson, do you have any notes on oh, I'm sorry, Syd.
That's
my
okay.
bad. We'll
No,
do that in a
do that.
second.
No, that's
Do you have
fine.
any notes on this episode, plastic surgery? What do you think? Andy, Andrew has something. What you got?
What you got?
I just want to hear
Andrew?
some,
All right.
some men takes,
So
you know?
for all the homies out there, I would say, so you're looking at a guy this past October who had
Did
a
you
full
get surgery?
No, I had a full head of hair.
Oh.
Right? And for the last, I'd say 5 years, I would wake up every single morning and there would be hair covering my pillow.
Oh my
I'd take a shower,
gosh.
hair covering my hands. And like, you know, I'm sitting here thinking, no one's gonna I'm gonna look horrible bald. However, I'm just gonna hold on to my hair as long as I can. Well, I'm sitting here at 25. I shaved my head.
Yep.
And the confidence has gone through the roof.
I love it.
So for all the homies out there that are sitting there with a receding hairline and you're like, you're in your mid 20s, go for it.
Go for it.
Get bald.
Bald looks good.
Bald looks good.
Let me tell you.
Body positivity right here. Come on now.
No, come on now. I love Andrew. I love that.
Wait, I love that.
And
thank you for jumping in.
I want to say, first of all, so proud of you.
Yeah.
Second of all, there are a lot of women and men that absolutely adore bald heads over having anybody with hair.
Definitely.
Not that even matters, but it's good to know that, and like good to like say, hey, bald is beautiful, and never like people think that way.
Yeah,
like,
even at 25, like most people, you think like mid 30s, let the hair go, bald, they still look good because they're like, maybe an early dad, if you will. They got like the dad bod going.
Yeah.
But you can still rock it and be 25 and be bald.
And look good.
Also, you have like still facial scruff. Like your facial hair is great. You have great eyes. You know what I mean? Like you're still like, it's just freaking hair in your head and you rep it and you are confident in it. And that's what people are going to notice.
If you wanted to get implants, you could get implants if you really, really, really wanted to. But you can rock that bald hair all day. Bald hair, bald head, I mean.
It was actually really awesome that you stepped in and said that because we had, do you remember a listener who wrote in a while ago and wanted you to talk about being bald?
Being bald?
Yes, he did. Yeah, he asked us a few times actually.
This was like when we started the podcast too. He was like, can we get Andrew's take on being bald and like how he dealt with that? So
yeah. Well, it's sneaky. Like there's honestly like a good amount of dudes out there that are afraid, they're just holding on to their hair because they're afraid they're gonna look like like a naked mole rat, if you will. Like,
it looks worse
like
to hold on to it, I think.
It looks worse to hold on to. I look at pictures back in the day, I'm like, damn, I wish I shaved it earlier, to be honest.
Committed to it and been proud.
Commit to the shave.
Commit to the shave.
I'm proud of you, Andrew.
Thank you.
You look awesome. We have one final little, it's kind of like a moment, but it's more of an advice piece. This person wrote in, it's actually via email, which I appreciate because it's a lot easier to read. But am I horrible because I absolutely hate my boyfriend when he drinks? He is the most thoughtful person and we have an amazing time otherwise, but I always feel like when he drinks, he turns into this immature boy. Even after a couple drinks, he can't have a mature conversation, talks over people, or will say things that don't make any sense. I am so embarrassed by him when he drinks and don't know if I can put up with this for the rest of my life. Even with how great he is sober, what do I do?
I'm having deja vu. I think we may have done this.
Did we?
I don't know.
I don't think we did.
Jackson says yes.
Jackson's nodding his head. Wait, really?
Shit.
Oh my God. You know why? I bet they wrote it in as a DM and then also emailed it.
Email. That could be. Well, we can quick answer it. Get your perspective.
Well, here's the thing.
First.
Oh, frick. I'm having deja vu now.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I'm going to talk about it again.
I'm trying to remember what I said. That's why I'm having you go first. I'm like,
I remember what I said because I said, you can't change somebody and that person is still a reflection on you. And when they drink, that's still them. As much as we don't want to believe it's them, it's like saying when they drink and they have, let's say somebody like cheats or something like that. But that wasn't them. I mean, they were drunk, right? Wrong, right? There's that little back and forth.
Right, wrong,
right.
Also,
no, but
if he's not open to like therapy and like maybe committing himself to sobriety for a couple of months to like prove himself to you, then it's probably not the right situation.
I will say you need to communicate no matter what though. Like why, you know what I mean? Like you've got to use your words, especially they might not even know that that's like a breaking point for you. Like that maybe they're willing to commit to being better. Maybe there's something underlying that's going on with this person's life. Like check in with your significant other. And if you're not vibing and they're like kind of like not paying attention to you or like not paying attention to how you feel, then get the heck out. You know what I mean? I wanted to see if we had any more advice pieces that we had pulled up.
I think that was a good one to end on.
Yeah.
I do.
Sorry guys that we've done that before. Sometimes that happens too if we don't delete them. But we have been getting quite a bit of DMs lately, so sometimes it's hard to sort.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure everybody's questions are answered. So that was probably my bad because I screenshotted the wrong one.
No, so. I honestly was like, wait, it was a good question because I feel like a lot of people have dealt with this in relationships because
and at the bar.
If you keep getting in fights with your significant other when you're drunk, like there's something deeper there for sure.
You can't make excuses for other people's actions.
No.
You can't make excuses for other people's actions. It's like not good. Everybody, thank you for that.
Yeah, that was a fun episode. And just stay tuned for next week. It's going to be a fun little upbeat, probably like a little bit of a mini episode. I think it's probably 35-40 minutes.
Yeah, and remember, people had booze in them. We were enjoying our Bud Light seltzers. Thanks to Bud Light Seltzer for getting us out there on the boat. What are you laughing at?
Because I told myself I was never going to get tipsy on a podcast again, and I tried not to, and it just happened. So apologize in advance. Please don't judge me on next week's episode. I haven't even listened to it yet, actually.
No, I haven't listened yet.
So
Yeah. No, we've got a few good stories.
Really same.
If you don't laugh at them, you'll at least relate with them. You know what I mean?
Yes,
So
yes.
I promise you, it's worth listening to.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You'll relate or you'll
laugh along, relate along.
Yeah.
Let's get real. As always, thanks at Pocket. Oh, what in the hell am I saying today? At the Back Pocket Podcast, for being our producer, our boys. Jackson, you freaking rock for being here. We love our new studio. Yay! We've got a little bit more to go. If you've got a recommendation for a chair, LMK, because I don't know what to put the heck here. And
last but not least, please get to that Apple Podcast, leave us a review, follow us on Instagram, and send us your straight candid moment. See you next week, y'all.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. There's a bye.
Good one, right?
Bye.
Good. Pretty good. Yay.